Hello, and welcome to tonight's episode of Dyson Dudes, Episode 2, Guns of Erroll. Well, we had some technical difficulties last night, so this little intro is gonna seem a little weird. We're about to cut. I'm gonna be wearing something different. The lighting's gonna be a little different, but that's okay. We had some audio difficulties, but we got that taken care of, but not until about halfway through the video. So this is gonna be a recap that we're gonna put on the front of that video to show you guys what happened at the beginning of that, so you're not as confused as you would be if you're watching, progressively. So this game session started with Dakin entering town and meeting up with Sister of Rumati. After speaking with her for a little bit, they went into the Church of Morning Light, where he discovered a few things about the town, things about the three families, and about how dangerous it is out here, some things about the Wildeven and the silver mines of the south. Also discovered that the Church of the Morning Light is a bit short on acolytes, and they're waiting for more people to come down from the north in order to take their proper place and get the church in full working order. After walking around town and meeting up with a woman who turned out to be Marigold Creel, actually a member of one of the three families, after she played tour guide and showed him a bit around town, he had a interesting encounter in the Welcome Member Inn, and then made his way back to the church and slept. After chores and lunch the next day, he assisted Sister Vrumati with an errand within Squatter's Plot. 6 people within there had been suffering quite debilitatingly from the black cough or the black lung, with medicine being absconded with by the Harless Bros, or the Harless Brothers I should say. They had a very distinct lack of assistance. She had taken upon herself to correct this problem, but had been warned by the Harless Brothers not to return. So she did, with Dakin as her bodyguard. While he was there, he witnessed the event happen where the unnamed gentleman fled from the Bent Pig Pub and released a starving, ravenous displacer beast to try to cover his escape. Well, everyone sprang into action, including Dakin. Unfortunately, the displacer beast was managed to kill one of the innocent bystanders. Everyone else escaped unharmed, besides another bystander who suffered minor injuries. Everyone in the party made out well, especially because they slayed the beast and also managed to capture, through a very clever use of a command spell from Dakin, to capture the unnamed man. Now at this point, we're going to go ahead and cut away from here, and you're going to see me wearing a different shirt and things like that. We'll get the rest of the video started. Remember, we are, as always, brought to you by Military Gamer Supply. Our friends over there. We're brought to you by Game Vault, our very good friends over there. Remember to check them out tonight for Friday Night Magic, as well as check out Gaming any day that ends in Y for Military Gamer Supply. David Styles and Terrain is also our forever sponsor as long as we're running this channel, so we want to thank that. We also want to bring attention to our stream artist Bapjart on Instagram, or you can find her at Beta on Facebook. We love you very much, Beatrice. We still love all your work, and we're still plastering it everywhere like we're crazy people. So sorry very much for the technical difficulties. I know this isn't it doesn't quite replace the 2 hours of play that we lost, but at least now you're kind of caught up to speed and won't be completely confused about the events that are about to transpire. So once again, enjoy the show. tonight's stream. At least the second half of tonight's stream. The first half is completely unwatchable, and we're real sorry about that. I'm going to do a redo of that. I'm going to let it catch you guys up to speed. But real quick, what you need to know is the encounter with the Displacer Beast happened. Everyone survived except for a bystander who was killed by the beast, and there was some damage done to quite a few people. But we're going to get back into the game now. Thank you all for joining us. Oh, God. It's been one of those nights. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and get back into this. All right, so you have assisted One Eye, bound his wounds, and he has assisted you in binding yours, as wherever the pad hit seemed to leave, it's like thousands of needles digging in your skin and tearing. I mean, it just makes you bleed openly. You weren't openly, it's slow. That saving throw you were making every turn it's a 50-50 chance on that.
Yeah, right,
it's like a death saving throw. He happened to fail 3 of his, so he's hurting. He's hurting very badly. It looks like he's lost quite a bit of blood.
If that'd be the case, cure light wounds.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
No.
You just cure wounds, right?
Not cure wounds. It's cure light wounds. Suck it.
No.
I'm old school. Well, oldish school. That is plus wisdom, so 9.
So 9.
Yeah.
9.
Cool.
9.
He is at 11.
9.
He was not looking. He seems to regain some color, and he tips his hat at you. And goes, right. Thank you for that.
Right.
The rest of you still standing in the rain.
Walking into the tent.
I'll be.
You go ahead and roll me a perception check real quick.
Ah, strain. It's a 10.
10. When you walk in, you look around. You see there's most of the tables in here look like they're wagon wheels that have had like pieces of wood kind of nailed to it in order to make a makeshift table. Some of them have had the edges of that wood cut off. Others have not. You see a couple of those rounded tables have been turned up and pointed towards the door. You can see there is one gentleman like peeking around when he sees you walk in and kind of shake off your coat from the rain outside.
I've still got the buoy in my hand.
Oh yeah,
Blood
that's
dripping
still
off of it.
dripping off of it. Yeah. What the hell's going on out there?
Some bitch got himself in trouble.
Kind of comes back around and starts walking out and, oh shit, would you look at that? Boys, that damn thing got out. And you see them kind of start filtering out from around these round tables. You see some guys stand up from around the bar and look to see what's going on. You see that big hulking bugbear around it that just kind of uncrosses his arms. And you see he's holding a 6-gun that looks like comically small, or 3-gun that looks comically small in his gigantic hand as he lowers it to his side. A lot of them start getting out, some will walk outside, others that start getting covered in the rain, and they just come back in and start looking and seeing what happened. And you hear murmurs start to drift between them as they're talking about what's going on.
Was the table I was playing at tilted over?
Yeah, they got upended.
Set it up right, sit down.
Okay, go over there. It's easy for you to pick it back up, sit back in your chair, and kind of squish back into the mud a bit, dripping on the ground around you.
Set the buoy on the table. We were playing cards. Get your cowardly ass over here.
People aren't really paying attention at this point. They're focused on what happened. I mean, you have a huge hulking lupine beast, or not lupine, a feline beast that is just butchered out there, bleeding into the wall. This thing's blood is it's purple. It's not red. It's not quite violet, a little deeper purple than that, but it is quickly staining everything it touches.
Now that I have a moment to take it in, see if I can identify the thing.
Go ahead and roll me your. You do your. Yeah. Go ahead and roll your Arcana check again.
I don't have Arcana.
I do.
I don't have disadvantage, but it is an 11.
You've heard stories of beasts like this. You can't remember the name that they called them, but you definitely remember that the tentacles and that strange mirage that they turn into. Though from the stories that you've heard, this thing went down way too easy.
Is it from the Feywild?
You can see that this thing is clearly emaciated. It looks like it is maybe half the weight that it's supposed to be.
Chair, while everyone's distracted, let's move him out of here.
Kanske börjat. Kyrkan lite.
You have Dakin standing next to you.
Oh, hello.
Hello, do you recognize my voice?
Ah, that's who you were.
I apologize for such a rude intrusion.
Dakin? Dakin!
I have some business to attend to real quick.
You hear footsteps in the rain approaching.
Chair hears everyone's name wrong, including Chair's.
As
Cheer.
As
Exactly.
she finally gets up to you, kind of leaning more heavily on the stick, is she's got her the hood of her kind of her shawl up over her head. We're trying to. What happened?
This weird cat thing with tentacles kind of got out and started attacking people.
She turns and looks. Starts like slowly walking over to where the down body is. She looks up as the guy who was cowering behind the wagon kind of steps up and sees her. Sister, how is he? She kind of roughly rolls him over, jams her fingers into his neck. He's passed, I'm afraid.
Why was it in that cage? Look, I was just asking at anyone.
Oh,
who's
you
hearing.
see, like you're kind of like right outside the tent at this point with One Eye, and there's a group of people standing there now that are just like kind of gawking at this creature.
Why was it in that cage?
You see one of the smaller, more rough-looking humans step up. When he talks, you can see he's missing most of his teeth. As he kind of steps up and, some bastard brought this thing in here a few fair weeks ago. Kept it in that cage on his wagon there, and he points at the purple painted wagon. That when you look at him, can you read?
Is it written in common?
It is written common. Kind of hard
Small
for you to.
words.
It's 2 syllables. I mean, it's Sir something, but you've never seen the word before, so you don't really recognize it. It would be flamboyantly painted and would look like a nice cart, but it looks like it's just been left here for weeks. I don't know. That guy there, he brought that creature in with it. Had some guys unload it. We managed to get it out, and it reached out and clawed one of their faces off. So we haven't gone near the damn thing since. As far as I know, he didn't do too well at gambling. Started owing some money to the Harless brothers, and well, you don't want to go about doing that now, do you?
Wait. Is this one?
You don't hear this.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright,
yeah.
no,
You guys
okay.
are quite a ways away with the rain. Yeah, you don't hear this happen.
Attempting to drag this.
The three of you are still there. Sister Vrumati is a little ways away from you, but she is she's putting the arms on the guy around his chest. She goes, picks him up by the shoulders and looks over at you and help a sister out, please.
I'll go over to help.
She helps you throw him over your shoulder so you can carry him. I mean, he's a fairly probably $180, $190. So yeah, so I mean, he's heavy, but you can carry him. Yeah.
Kind of size larger for carrying stuff.
She looks at that. And her voice, you can barely hear it over the rain, but you all hear a very crackling, dry voice call out, "If anyone needs a fair bit of looking after, come to the Church of the Morning Light and I'll get you all seen. Get you out of the rain." And she'll slowly make her way off with you. You two are now standing by the bound man, and you see the big guy walking away with this woman.
Tell Darius.
To drag him.
Yeah. I'll shout. Tell Darius I'm going to the Church of the Morning Light.
You hear that.
Yeah, he's not really paying attention. He's trying to cool off.
It's been a few minutes. You're finally starting to get your composure, though. You're just kind of trying to chew on the cigarette as best you can, because with how much rain's coming down, it's too hard to light. But you managed to.
I'm trying to get the mud off my hat and shit.
Oh yeah. You're able to brush it
Who
off.
actually got the killing blow on it? I'm gonna see if I can get its heart out.
Okay. So
Maybe
we'll
eat
do that in just a second. That's going to be a nature check. Okay.
I'm sure
Cal.
what's his name would want to be skinned.
Can that be a survival?
Cal,
One eye would assist you.
Yeah,
Yes.
that sounds good.
go
Awesome.
get the giant man name. I don't know his name.
We don't have time for that. We need to make him
Yes.
disappear.
Giant man carried this.
Do you see the giant man? The giant man took off and went to the church.
No, other giant man.
Go find the giant man.
You. Cheer in church. Cal not. Cal subordinate. Go.
Just
Go!
attempt to begin to pick him up.
Yeah, I mean, it's rough work. What's your strength? So
That's really rough
you can
work.
pick him up, and you may be able to move him for a little bit, but you're gonna get tired very quickly.
Cal
like me
have
trying to
carry
wooden
him.
arms.
Vince.
Go get giant man.
At least I don't have T-Rex arms.
T-Rex arms.
And then, like, in a language you don't understand, one of the many, they're like, just, and then mud is thrown at you.
Are you going to fling mud, or are you going to help remove this man?
Cheer in church. Go get other
Well, then
giant
cheer,
man.
go in charge someone over here to help move him.
Cool.
Who tie him up? Who beat his
We-
brain? Cheer!
Yes, after
Cal,
I specifically
Nancy.
said do not to beat his brain, so that we did not have to carry him, so we could follow him.
Is anybody playing cards?
Oh, no,
Stop
This
moving.
doesn't happen every day here. I mean, this is a
Anybody
rough
left
place.
on the
Cheer.
table?
No.
Say,
I'm
go
taking the deck.
get.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, the deck of cards on the ground. I mean, you can pick it up. It's kind of got mud on it, but you can grab it and stick it
Nah,
in
just one giant boot in the middle
There-
of it, and then head outside.
there. Okay.
I will, I will
Darius
at least
walks
try and
over.
drag him to the tent.
Yeah, you won't even get that far.
Give him
So,
8.
He's got no arms.
as that's happening, you're kind of suddenly collect yourself, and you see Gunner kind of lower his head and step back out in the rain next to you. What are you doing?
Darius is just like listening to those bicker through the rain or whatever, because like
Yeah, you can barely.
they're arguing whatever. However, it's enough to aggravate him after everything that went on. So he walks up there, just walks up to him, just like, "Will you two shut the fuck up? It's been a bad day and y'all are arguing over this shit. Just fucking here." And fucking Darius just like fucking
What's strength?
16.
You throw him over your shoulder, or
Yeah.
yeah, you can. So as you step out, you see Darius putting this guy on his shoulder and turning around and walking away from where it happened. Not because of a small size.
I was like, not really.
Strength may be there, but it's still like a balance and mass thing, you know.
See, now how
Yeah.
hard that was that?
See,
I'll
Please,
walk up
let's-
behind Darius, grab his boots, and drag him off Darius' shoulder.
Okay.
competent, incompetent.
But I'm just dragging him by his boots through the mud.
Okay.
When he does that, that kind of pisses him off, and then them start arguing. And he just turns towards them once again. If y'all don't shut the fuck up, I'm gonna fuck both of y'all up.
With a gun that don't
Please
work.
excuse my compatriot here. She likes to talk a lot when she shouldn't.
Well, so do you, pretty boy. Let's get this motherfucker out of here before the fucking bitch ass fucking deputy, the fucking clanking little star over there, fucking gets back to the sheriff before we do. We need to fucking clear up the fact that we just had a gunfight. Make sure that's legal. Also, with this fuckface, we need to get him out of here.
Well, actually, I don't think the deputy may say anything about that, because if you remember, the sheriff did say his people don't go in here. So I'm willing to bet that deputy, she was up to no good.
Yeah, but she also seems like a fucking rat, so.
She does, and I agree.
Let's
So we
get the
should
fuck
move
back
quickly.
there. Let's go to the fucking sheriff. With this fucking pussy over here
How
trying to
long
run
does
from
it
Gunner.
take to get there?
Yeah, so you guys are going to continue with that, right?
Yes.
Okay, so because he's helping
Talk
you,
about how you
he's
ran
not
away
here,
from
so we're
you,
going to
you
use
pussy.
your nature check in order to skin this thing. He is imparting you advantage.
That's,
Yes,
that
it's
is,
nature.
that's two, that's still 1.
The thing is that it's not that you guys do a bad job, it's just this thing has almost no muscle left on its body. It's all sinew and skin.
Oops, we
And
destroyed
trying
the
to
bird.
peel that skin off in like a quick, easy sheet to really get under, as you're trying to get under and cut, I mean, there's nothing left to cut. That membrane between the skin and the muscle is pretty much gone as it is. So you're just cutting up flesh as you go, destroying the flesh. And that heart it's way smaller than it should be, and it looks like it's been through the ringer. You managed to get a sizable chunk of it out, but you have to. It's going to take multiple pieces to get out, so you don't get the whole heart, but you do get pieces of heart.
Ugh.
And the hide is absolutely ruined. And then that'll take you guys about 45 minutes to do that. So the two of you will stay there doing that, while the rest of you do what?
Drag him by his heels to the sheriff's office.
Okay.
Making haste to the sheriff's office.
You follow as well?
Now I'm walking next to Gunnar, so nobody fucking walks up behind him or anything.
Does he have any to hustle to keep up?
Who? He's moving at your pace. I mean, you have long strides, but I mean, you're not trying to outrun anybody. It's typical thing.
He's also dragging somebody.
Which slows them down a little bit, but not a whole lot. The mud makes it nice and slick for you to move. And the roads are very clear at this point. Most people are sitting under overhangs and stuff as the rain has picked up a bit more. And it's raining fairly steadily. And like I said, it is a cold rain. By the time you guys will get to the sheriff's office, which is on the opposite side of the town from where you guys are, you guys are shivering by the time you guys get there. I mean, this is a cold, cold rain. You and One Eye, when you finish, I mean, you guys are freezing. I mean, part of that, too, is the shaking after a while from the cold of trying to get this thing cut up. You do have a couple of, as you're throwing chunks of it off, you see random people coming up and grabbing chunks of meat, a leg that you guys removed, things like that, and just taking off with it. One Eye inspects it and just looks at you and says, "Oh, goddamn meat's ruined. This thing's not good for nobody. I wouldn't suggest eating that. Well, I guess it's better than nothing."
Still taking a piece of the heart.
Oh, yeah.
I'll say a little prayer for it.
Okay. So by the time... is it actually raining?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. When art imitates life. As you guys will get to the sheriff's office quite a bit later. When the four of you arrive...
I have dropped the disguise.
Okay. Actually, the Rumati and you will get to the Church of the Morning Light before they reach the sheriff's offices. They're having to kind of go the same way that you are, and they're a fair bit behind you guys.
Going down the busiest street.
Yeah, which is no streets really here, because I mean it's pretty dead. Yeah.
Where everybody would.
Yeah, you guys would go you guys are in here. You guys would head south, cut off west,
The main
and then head
street
north.
that way.
The square, the big square on the outer square is the main thoroughfare, and all the other inner pathways in that square are small. Are not main streets. When you get to the Church of Morning Light, Vermati will have you place the deceased gentleman in a special room that's used to prepare bodies for internment. Turn to you and go, "Well, you best be off seeing the sheriff. You were involved in that kerfuffle over there and need to get your name cleared in case anybody comes up and says a giant hairy-eared man came in and was making trouble.
Right.
Best to be off."
I'll be back as soon as I can.
You'll get there a little bit after the four of them, but you'll be there well before One Eye and Theon are. When you guys get there, soaking wet, you guys can make it back to the sheriff's office. Same thing, you guys can see light inside. The wooden double doors are closed still.
Drag him up the stairs by his heels.
You all hear a thump, 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 thump as his head hits every stair coming up.
I peek in and look to see if that deputy is there.
Open the door and look inside. Roll me a perception check.
Good or bad?
Not the best. 8.
It's fairly dark inside, as it usually is. While you see Woofrith sitting at his desk and he's staring at something, you can see movement, but the rain is drowning out any sound. But you think he's writing again, probably in some other ledger that he has. But looking inside, the only other the only other thing that you see is in that same cell, that same guy sitting with his hands on his knees, still staring at the wall of the building, still unmoving.
Woolrith! Sheriff!
He raises his hand for a moment.
Okay.
You all
Bring
make
him
your way
in, bring
inside.
him in.
You all can stamp your feet, kind of. There's a nice little mat of scrub grass right inside the front door so you guys can clean the mud off of it. You guys know that scrub grass stuff grabs and holds really well, so it cleans off mud super well. You just kind of blep blep, leaving a trail.
Walk straight through.
Okay. You can come right up to the desk and drop the feet there.
Pick him up by his hair and hold his head up next to the wanted posters.
Roll me a perception check.
5.
He's a bit too bloody to tell, and his face is covered in mud and bruises from being drugged, so it's kind of hard to make out if he's any of them. Hair color doesn't appear to be like any of those, as these are, you notice this now for the first time. The wanted posters are incredibly lifelike and in full color, like lifelike color. You'd swear to God that they could blink and move their head as you walk past.
Turn a sumbitch in. Drew Steele, cause a threat.
Wolver raises his hand again. As you all kind of gather inside, after a minute he puts his pen down, takes the spectacles off his snout again, tosses them on the table with a thump, looks up and, well, you all worked fairly fast. Who's he?
Well, we're not sure. He was running to go to the brothers, but he released a big creature inside of, the squatting plot.
Some
before.
bitch caused a grave threat to public safety.
Actually killed someone in the
Drew
process.
Steele.
He looks over at you two. You claiming witness on this one? Anyone else can corroborate your story?
Darius flops into one of those chairs on the cigarette before taking a drag.
When I walked in the door,
Finally.
yeah.
He breathes out. He's like, that fucking asshole over there. He fucking released a weird fucking cat thing, had fucking tentacles that mauled some random fucker who's just trying to get away, killed his ass. And then we had to kill that fucking thing, and then that motherfucker drew steel on us after he released that thing. He's a fucking piece of shit. He needs to go in a cell.
Can I have an explanation with less profanity laid in there, so I can understand a bit more?
I went to that place you told me to go to. I asked for the brother. This sumbitch insulted me. Then he pulled steel and let loose a beastie. The beastie started killing civilians. Sumbitch pulled a gun on me.
And you say you have witnesses to corroborate this?
They're standing right here.
Are any of your deputies here?
No, not currently. Most of them are probably hunkered under some eave trying to hide from the rain. Storm looks like it's going to be here for probably a better part of a day.
Well, I don't know if she would admit to it, but your female deputy was there, and she ran when this started.
Describe her.
I give him a description as best as I saw her.
Anybody else see this happen?
So,
I did, because I was
Sure,
looking
did
down the
see.
street.
he was near the tent, going around to get
Well, you saw somebody move, but you wouldn't have been there to see the star. You probably would have seen, from here up on her.
Came up behind her. She saw us. She took off while working around to get to him.
So, and he's fairly tall, even sitting down. Raises his hand about 5.5 feet.
Is that about how tall she was?
On
Thereabouts.
his
Yeah, that would be the one.
Shock of red hair,
Yeah.
kind of narrow face,
chest.
beady kind of eyes. Looked like she took a nosedive from an ugly tree and hit 3 or 4 branches coming
Yes.
down.
Unfortunately, yes.
She's quite ugly.
That would be Janine.
And this Janine.
And you said she was in Squatter's plot?
Yes,
behind this ugly wagon.
I do remember that you said that your deputies tend not to go over there.
Well, they
so I
have
found that a little strange.
She have express instructions not to head into Squatter's plot without a direct intervention from yours truly.
Which was why we bring it to you now.
Janine near
He
that
puts down, he drinks a bit of what looks probably old coffee. And kind of, wow. Reaches in, pulls out like a half-burned cigarette out of it, throws it on the ground and keeps drinking. Sets it back on the table. It's around this time when you walk in.
Right.
Can I help you, stranger?
Ah,
Oh,
it's
Dakin.
That is correct, Sheriff.
that's named
Alright.
Bacon.
Dakin.
Bacon.
The D.
And country.
I do apologize, my compatriot here. She hears all sorts of names wrong, including her own.
Sister Ramadi said that you'd be coming into town and vouched for you. What can I do for you?
So yeah, I was in Squatter's Plot. I believe that's what it's called. Saw a kerfuffle. It kind of helped a bit. And actually, can I point at the guy? Yeah, I was with all these folks.
Oh, so you was there?
Yes, sir.
Sister Ramadi see any of this?
Unfortunately, no. She was in the general store at the time.
Well, she vouched for what happened?
I'm sure if you ask her, she'll vouch. We're currently dealing with a dead body.
Then
unfortunately.
I don't see no problem. Unless you want me to ruin that rope, I suggest you untie him and get him into a cell.
That'll do it.
Don't see what the point is. Might as well rope him now.
This is a menace justice. You understand?
Yeah.
Got
before
at least have the pretense of
Not backward
civility.
I'll
country.
bounce his head off the cell door while I'm dragging it in.
You hear Wolverth give no complaint to that.
Hmm.
You guys can untie him. As you guys start untying him and close the door, you just start to hear him like, but he doesn't seem like he's coming to yet.
Next time, Chair.
Cheer.
Next time, Chair.
Cheer.
When I say let him go so we can follow him, don't try to beat his brains out.
Cheer hit one time.
Drop his 3 gun on the sheriff says. Here's his weapon. He leveled some insults. He can find me in the street if he wants to finish the job.
Well, it's going to be hard for you if what you say is true, that he unleashed some beast that killed him. Well, that's tantamount to him pulling the trigger himself. And he'll swing at the end of the rope, pull the weeks out.
He hit the lock. The lock.
So directly caused the creature to escape, and which led to the death of one of my citizens. So he'll be swinging by the end of the rope before the week's
Was it
out.
1 or was it 2?
Might be 2. One
Only one was dead.
pushed.
I mean, it lifted one's hair like a wildevan.
Oof.
Don't know about the other.
One
Colonel?
squished.
The body with Sister Rumadi.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
I'll head that way here in a bit and check it out and see what's what. Now this beastie, 6-legged beastie, tentacles out its
Yeah,
back.
kind of weird
Yes.
cat.
As Fionn and One Eye walk in,
Well,
Yeah.
I may have
piece of heart.
I may have another light bit of work
Kill.
for you all to partake in, because I'd like to find the owner of said animal. And a minute or two later, when you guys will walk in, soaking wet and very cold. He does have a crackling fire that probably about 15 feet away from his back, keeps him nice and warm but not overly hot. And motions to it when he sees that you and One Eye are just.
Like I said, hand him a piece of heart, eat another part myself, and go immediately to the fire.
Your poncho is soaking wet,
Yes.
so you just stand in front of the fire.
Gonna see if I can wring it out somewhere.
So you see her pull off, like you see Fionn pull her poncho off, and now you've known for a while. you have all suspected, but you all get confirmation that indeed this strange elf-looking woman with a Sheena fur all over her body has that Sheena fur cover her entire body. She wears nothing under the poncho, and her 6 nipples are very clear to see.
You really going that route?
Yes.
Damn it, furball, put your fucking clothes on.
Thank you.
Funny, not appropriate.
Stuffed a chunk of heart in my mouth and start chewing while I walked away.
It tastes like shit. It's that you're you're being tough about it, but it's that almost instantaneous
I'm
gag
gonna keep
reflex.
chewing it till I'm out of sight of that one and spit it out.
Okay. And it, you're used to eating this stuff.
Time
For
to get
you,
the
it's
taste
raw
out.
or
yeah.
Get another water that's back on.
Yeah.
I only wanted this to spit on the fancy boy, but fucking cat heart.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It tastes terrible.
I'm gonna head over to the squatter's plot.
Well,
Okay.
before you kind of stop you, are you the forest folk, the fur folk? Are you in disguise?
Do
In
I
giant.
look
In giant.
like a
say.
tree humping idiot?
Oh, I'm saying this in giant, by the way. Do you understand?
Do you respond in giant or common?
Yeah. Giant.
I take offense to that description of my people. I'm curious. You're not human, are you?
No.
And then this guy's self kind of.
What does his accent sound like?
Roll me a history check.
15?
Northern, like you like it's definitely not Silic. His
Is
Silic.
there a word for that?
He's a carpetbagger.
It's very Sylvan in nature.
No, a word that we
A
would use for that.
derogatory term.
Sylvan would be the closest word to his accent style.
A nasty word the Southerners would use for that.
Wildevan style, basically. Like it's a very Wildevan manner of speaking.
Send a spray of tobacco near his boot, and I'd take offense to being stopped by Wildevan trash. Knock the door open and walk out.
Before I go, I kind of pull. I ain't Wildeman.
Sweep the jacket back out of the way.
One of the finer points of diplomacy is not to complain about things when they don't concern you.
So you see him sweep his jacket back and reveals a 6-gun in a holster on his belt.
Ebony handle.
Do I recognize any of that or not?
You know what a 6-gun is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm so good.
Oi!
No, this is all in giant. Do you understand giant?
No.
Alright, then no you do.
Surprisingly.
So while that is happening, Wolverth turns to the rest of you now, One Eye and Fian, who is behind him. He's kind of projecting so you can hear this as well. Like, well, you all gonna go back and continue to look for the Hollers brothers? Or you gonna wait till that piece of shit wakes up and ask him where he's at?
Bugbear might not, since Bugbear was seen with them.
Which there's a lot of bugbears here in town.
This is
Do you allow interrogation methods that might not be too kind?
You're not allowed to kill them. You're not allowed. You can slap them around a little bit, but nothing that's going to leave any lasting damage.
You know, I have some skill in this. Why don't, when he wakes up, I give it a try?
He is not leaving. The only way he is leaving this place is at the end of a rope. So you promise any of that, remember that you are promising him in a deceitful fashion.
Is there something against that in your rules?
Darius walks over to the cell while they're talking.
Now, he stands up, closes a couple of drawers on his desk. He sticks a key into it and locks it. I'm going to step out. Mind your manners inside my establishment.
I won't do anything that you will feel regretful for.
I have to go see a sister. I have to go look at a dead man. Excuse me. This is the first time you guys have seen the Dragonborn at full height, and he's about 3 inches taller than you. And you. He is lanky, and now he's gold, but there's definitely some like almost like the gold is fading at the edges, almost like he's a bit older than what you had originally expected him to be. He doesn't wear any armor. He has just a shirt on, a nice jacket, boots with spurs. He just slowly walks around the desk, and walks out the door.
He says, "Mind your manners. I'll let my jacket fall back into place."
You're close to the door. When you see the door open and he walks out, he's not getting wet. And he walks on towards the Church of the Morning Light. Almost like the rain stops before it reaches him.
Darius pulls open the cell because he already walked over there.
Well, the cell is closed and locked.
Oh.
No, Darius. I understand. But I just happen to have a particular set of skills that are useful in this matter. Let me give it a try, and if I fail, then you may have at it.
You stop and watch this going on, or the two of you?
I'm still staring at him.
I promise you. One try, and if it does not work,
What's
then
your deal?
if he slips and falls
Yeah.
repeatedly, then we all saw him slip and fall.
He's
Alright.
good at it.
Okay, so
Did it anymore.
What's your deal?
My deal is you better move your damn hand before you give offense.
You're the one who started it, brother. I was
Move.
just asking. Keep your hand up. Just asking. Just wondering. You're not human. You're a bit tall. So.
I'm a Goliath from Southgate.
Oh, I met your kind before, actually. One of my sister from the temple. She's also Goliath.
From Southgate?
You actually, she's never told you where she's from.
Never said.
Oh.
Now, would that pique your interest? Because there's not many
Goliath.
Goliath in this area.
Well, I might have to go have a talk with her after I have a talk with some bitch friend of some bitch.
Do you know where to start?
I do things my way.
We're about to
Come
find
if you
out.
want.
I think they're about to interrogate the guy.
Excellent. One of the plans will work.
So you head out the door?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you follow?
Yeah, I'll follow.
So he follows alongside. So you guys head back to squatter spot?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just walking into the middle of the squatter spot.
Yeah, the rain at this point, it's finally kind of slowed down a bit. It's not as heavy as it was. The droplets aren't quite as big. It's steady. It's not like any risk of it like causing a complete flood. But already in the streets, I mean, there's water sitting on top of the mud now, and it's rough travel through. Like now, even at this point, you guys are moving slower, trying to move through this quagmire. Yes.
As while we're getting close to the square spot, I'm gonna do disguise self. Kind of look like if I could be like his brother or something.
Okay, so kind of human-like, still
Yeah.
blonde hair. Okay. You see him.
Big ass jaw.
Yeah, changing the. He could probably be your brother or your cousin or something.
Less
Same
ugly than you were.
Same style of clothing?
Yeah.
Or
No,
you keep your
different.
chainmail?
Chainmail, but different clothing and everything.
Okay, so no symbol?
No symbol.
Okay. All right, so you two head to squatter spot. It's from where you guys are now, it's about a 20-minute walk in the rain. Okay. So while that's going on, we're going to come over to this real quick. It takes about 5 minutes before you hear he kind of gets up, looks over, and sits on that like steel.
Charm person.
Okay. Yeah, sits on that steel slab that they call a bed. Puts his head in his hands. After a minute, looks up, and as he looks up into your eyes, what color would you say flashes across your eyes as you try to attempt to charm him?
It would probably be a pink color.
Okay, so the three of you, well, you've seen this before, so the two of you could roll me a perception check, please.
That's not bad.
Say 16 for me.
Fucking, I've got negative modifiers on that end, so just give me 1 second. 13.
13. So both of you will see as the inmate in the cell locks eyes with Caliph, you see almost like a flash of pink roll across his eyes for but a moment. And you cast Charm Person?
Yes.
Okay. What is the DC of your spell?
13.
13? That is a natural 2.
Hey, buddy.
As he looks up in his eyes, you see a smile spread across his face. And, well, hell, I haven't seen you in a spell, my friend. How have you been?
A whole lot better than you, it seems, at the moment.
Oh, yeah, my head is killing me.
Yes.
It gives you a dirty, dirty look. And
Smiles, but with all the teeth showing.
yeah, that little bitch done put me in the face.
I know. Go away, evil person.
And in the door of it, just motherfuckers.
And one eye just like, oh, right, probably is a motherfucker. And he
Kind of like, I walk over and
he tries to do that, and you. So one eye tries to share a smile with you, and you just turn away from him.
I just kind of like look at him warily, and then kind of like skirt around him. So
He
if you
kinda-
guys notice that, then she just kind of goes.
You see one eye kind of get a consternated look on his face, and then turn back to the conversation at hand. He says, oh, man, so what you doing in Brownwater?
Well, I'm here to I'm here on business, obviously, as usual.
You're always on business.
Yeah, I know. I just happened to hear that you got yourself into some trouble.
Well, the bars are a dead giveaway, ain't they?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I have been only in town but just a short while, so I don't know where the brothers are in order to help them out and help you out.
You mean the Harless brothers?
Yeah. Because, if anyone's going to be able to do anything about it, it's going to be them.
Well, you working with these people?
Of course not.
Well, I don't talk only among friends, you know.
You know what? Let me see if I can do something about that. Hey, isn't there some good food across the way? That tavern?
It's like,
Go away.
Oh, you're not there.
well then, like,
Do you attempt to inside him?
I've done enough fucking interrogations of my time. I could probably pick it up.
So,
What he's doing.
so what do you do?
Well, I'm going to walk into one of the darker.
I'm going to force you to do
I'm
this.
going to walk into one of the darker corners or whatever, and then I'm going to just kind of
still.
blend into the wall.
Roll a stealth check.
That is a 6. I don't really blend in at all.
No, I mean, he makes eye contact with you at one point. When he does, do you stay there or what do you do?
Well, since he makes eye contact with me, I just go fucking sit in one of the chairs or whatever.
Okay.
Well, you
And
said you're gonna force me like
I tip my hat down.
You sense that he is trying to get you to walk away. You see one eye just kind of, all right, and he walks off, opens the door and closes it, and he's standing under the eave just kind of watching the rain. What do you do? Cheer, you get the idea that Caliph is trying to get you to go outside so he can speak to this guy alone.
Fine, I'll go outside.
I guess I have to step
And you've known
aside.
me long enough.
Yeah.
Let me see if he recognizes you. Okay. As you all file out, he leans for real close, puts his hand up so you can't read his lips, and starts whispering to you. What you looking for the Harless brothers for?
Well, they were, they're over there, they run Squatter's Blood.
Oh, hell yeah, they do.
They could certainly round up some people to say that you were nowhere near all of this when it happened.
Damn right they could. If you need to help you out?
I definitely believe they could.
Well, I can tell you, Egon, man, he's just 2 shades away from useless, I tell you what. But
Yes, that is true.
Dalian, he's a good sort. Thing is, man, they don't stick around for long inside the plot. And with everything that just happened, man, they're probably moving about. I'd suggest they're not going to be where they are now. They're definitely going to have moved since that whole shindig happened out there.
That would be a wise thing to do.
Best bet. What's up?
Excuse me.
Oh,
Yeah, you are leaving off camera.
Dalian, he don't like the rain so much. Got a real problem with it. So, you know what? I bet you a couple of notes. He's gonna be along, right along the ridge of that hill where the tents start going up. I bet you he's there where the rain comes down. I bet he's a nice couple of places there. They got themselves a place where water to flow, so keeps you up high, keeps your feet out of the water. That'd be the first place I'd check for you. You tell him I need some damn help out here, okay? I mean, if Wolverth gets a wind that somebody died from me letting that thing out, man, I'm gonna swing on the end of the rope.
Oh yes, it might be a good idea that I better go and hurry before old Sheriff Wolverth makes good on that.
Oh, damn right he will. Dalian, he's got himself a large shipment that he's working on right now, so he's not going to want that messed up in any which way. So You let him know. Come out here and help me, all right?
I certainly will. Don't say anything to that sheriff until I get back.
I know how to hold my tongue.
And I,
Never tell anybody I don't know nothing like that.
of course, I give him a real big smile as I drop the spell.
So you just completely drop it? You just see him blink for a minute, and you see that smile kind of slowly fade from his face, and his eyes just go a little wider, and he goes to try to reach for your throat through the bars. Go and roll me a dexterity saving throw.
You're by yourself.
Do I get advantage since I knew it was going to be coming?
Sure, I'll give you
Okay.
advantage because you saw it coming.
Yay!
That is a 16.
Ever so
Okay,
slightly.
so he goes that, you just take one step back and he's reaching through the bars and, oh, you son of a bitch! You magicking me, you motherfucker! I'm gonna kill you and your family!
That's assuming the sheriff doesn't kill you first.
He pulls his arm back in and Damien's gonna hear about this. You
I'm
son of a
sure
bitch.
he will.
And he just goes quiet and just stares daggers at you as you leave.
He hears the hammer of a pistol cocked back. He's like, you might as well just shut the fuck up before you get a hole in you. You've gotten on my fucking nerves.
You
today."
heard nothing of the conversation, then you
How-
see him lunge.
Yeah,
forward.
so he just hears like, and that's what he hears. Just you better shut the fuck up because you got on my nerves today, motherfucker.
Put that toy away, boy, before you hurt yourself. Go ahead, shoot me in a cell. Wolverine, you'll swing right next to me, boy. Come on!
I think I'm good.
Is that a 20?
No,
No.
it's not what we talked about. So he's good.
So you just put it away, walk out? Because you're walking out, correct?
Yes, I'm walking up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll walk out with him.
As the door closes behind you, you just hear him yell out to you, "Be seeing you soon, boy!" The door clicks closed and you can hear the rain out there. You see them standing out, and one eye kind of turns and, "Oh, what'd you find out?"
I found out one of his favorite hiding spots. And he seems to have some things going on down there. Well, that's a given.
Well, yeah, I mean, he says he runs all the squatters' plot. I'll assume he's got a lot going on. Well, let's find the big uns and head to this hiding spot you're talking about.
All right, let's do that. Though I don't think we'll be able to find, what's that other tall guy?
Bacon.
Do we got
Dakin. No, not Bacon. Dakin. Not Dakin. That gunner.
do we got time to maybe get a bite to eat? I'm feeling a bit lightheaded.
If I remember the sheriff correctly, he said this rain is gonna last for a few hours, so yes, I think we do have some time for some food. He's not gonna move in this rain.
That'd be right good appreciated. Thank you. I'm make my way to the inn, and you can see he is definitely hurt. You're still feeling you're sore as hell. You can still feel the wound in your back. So he walks his way towards the Welcome Member Inn. So while this is happening, he gets there. You know, do you guys follow One Eye? Or are you guys heading straight to?
I go ahead and follow
I'm going
One
to
Eye.
squatter spot.
Okay.
That's going on.
You gonna go to squatter spot?
Yeah.
Okay. And you?
Be careful, Chair.
Cheers.
Gee, what? I swear, you. Every time I say it, you change how it sounds.
No, God, it's just stupid.
I'll go with them into the.
Okay. I mean, you're still very cold. Like that was rough work. You guys enter the inn, and as per its name, the Ember Inn does have a nice fire going. Thankfully,
I'll go finish drying off by the fire.
there are a lot of people kind of crowded around. There is a lot of talk in there, and there's a buzz about some kind of strange event, some creature that just ravaged all the squatters' plot, killing dozens.
How much of the blood got washed off me in the rain?
By this point, you're fairly clean. It leaves a stain on your
Mine
skin.
now purple poncho.
Yeah, I mean, it leaves a stain on your skin and clothes, but the blood itself seems to have been pretty much completely washed out. So the three of you enter. One Eye sits down at a table, orders himself some food, and gets himself a drink, and just starts eating. I mean, he looks like he is starving, and you feel quite peckish yourself.
Chair runs in. Where? Where is it?
Oh, where is Dallas? I mean, where
Dalian.
Dalian. Where is the spot? Later. He's not gonna move now. You don't want to go on your own. You're barely able to pick up one of his henchmen.
Go back and run after this one.
Okay, so you go and catch up with.
And then,
Okay. So the two of you will reach Squatter's plot. You see most of the tent flaps have been pulled shut. You don't see hardly anybody run. I mean, if people are in the rain, I mean, they're running from point A to point B, trying to get out of it because it's not a downpour, but it's a heavy enough rain that you don't want to be in it, especially with how cold it is. I mean, this is spring, so it shouldn't be quite this cold.
Straight to the iron pig.
Okay, the Ben Pick Pub.
Ben pig.
Okay, same thing. Doesn't really have a flap to close it, so it doesn't look like the place kind of closes. As you get there, you see tables that have been set up again, but the place looks fairly empty. There's maybe 3 people in here, including the bugbear behind the bar. He sees you and just kind of rests his hand on his 3-gun again. Same as he did before when you walked in.
You, ugly.
About to say something.
Why don't you let Aegon Heartless know I'm waiting for him at the Ember Inn. He owes me a game of cards. If the piss stops running down his leg long enough.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
20?
When he opens his mouth real wide, you can see his tongue has been severed. Probably an old injury.
Look around, is there anybody else?
You see one human kind of hunched over the bar. He's staring into his pint. With your 17, you recognize this guy. He was in here earlier.
20.
20. You recognize this guy earlier, but he was doing the same thing earlier too. He wasn't really talking to anybody, just staring into his pint, just kind of dead-eyed staring into it. The only other person you see, he's at a table. He's shuffling up a deck. He's doing all sorts of like kind of strange card tricks with the deck, like just kind of showing off and stuff with it. Looks like he's very talented at that.
What's your name?
I was gonna say, can I do an insight check on the people around, see if they kind of react to it in a way that would suggest that they're, like essentially like they're in a know or something.
Without directly asking them, it's hard to gauge their reaction. You could probably try to gauge the reaction of the bugbear, but literally all he did was open his mouth.
Right. And then there's not.
Yeah, kind of glances up at you just for a moment and goes back looking at his cards. What was that?
Name.
I'm sorry, what?
What is your name?
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't hear you. If you're not, I only hear politeness. What was that?
I kind of enjoy it. It's like, let's not start something so soon.
Shuffles the deck again.
Then you ask.
All right.
You see him pull the ace of spades out of the deck, slips it back in the deck, does a bunch of cuts, then puts on there, picks up like half the deck, flips it over, and the ace of spades is right there. Flips it back over, puts it on, starts playing with it again.
Forgive my friend here. I was a little uncouth. I was wondering if you can help us. What is your name, sir?
Oh, how very nice to meet you. It's customary to give you a name first, though, in these parts, sir. You must not be from around here.
I am not. Just arrived in town not too long ago.
Oh, well, how can I help you?
Dakin.
Dakin. How can I help you, Dakin?
Oh, well, first of all, I'll just like to know your name. Actually, it's a pretty good trick you're doing right there.
Oh, you like this?
Yeah.
You know what they call this?
Sleight of hand?
Showing off.
Showing off?
And he's just doing all sorts of stupid tricks with it, Nothing too great. They call me Wayne.
Wayne?
Wayne, how can I help you?
What are you looking for, my friend?
Everyone handles cards like that. In this place, no zagging.
Oh, you're barking up the wrong tree, fella. I've only been in town here for about 2 days now. Heard this place was a good place to play cards, but Outside, there's a big hunk of cut up meat and no one inside, so no one for me to ply my trade with.
If you want to find him, bring him to a card game at the Ember Inn.
I'm not much for finding people. You're looking at what I do.
Can you do that trick with the coin behind the ear?
Pick a card. You pull a card, it's 7 of clubs. Don't show me. Show your friend.
Walk out.
Put it back in the deck.
I'm just headed to the Ember Inn.
Hold up, you got to
Well-
see the trick.
Well, I'm not going to be able to help you, man. Your friend just walked off with the card.
Like, he walked over the card.
He's got it.
Go, come back.
I'm going to the Ember Inn.
Okay.
Give him a silver piece for the card. Sorry about that.
I got another deck. I got plenty more decks. Don't you worry about that.
All right.
But 7 of clubs. Check his back pocket.
Like that.
He goes back. He shuffles that deck, and as he shuffles, the cards disappear. And he opens his hands up again, and another deck appears, and he starts playing with that deck. So as you're walking out of this at this point, you can, as you're fairly tall and there's no one really around, it's pretty easy to catch movement, even with that gentle, that kind of obstructed view with the rain. You can see Darius walking up, and he's got a cheer by his side.
And then I'm following him.
I've laid a clever trap. Let's go to the inn and get a steak.
Cheered up.
I'm sure that's.
You
Check your
see
back
Dar-
pocket.
You,
know,
you
I
just
think
see
there's 7
one of
cards.
Darius's
You
wife.
know, like you stop and talk to them, then Dakin catches up with you like 15 seconds later and tells you, what do you say?
Check your back pocket. I think there might be something there.
Just keep walking.
He just starts walking. So what do you say?
It's rude.
Just keep it.
Darius just like his eyes go a little bit more since it's dimmer, and his just eyebrow just kind of goes up when he hears "I laid a clever trap." Just kind of like that.
Yeah.
Jared don't
Alright.
think he knows what clever means.
I'm not sure what you're saying. I'm still trying to understand the accent. Maybe a few more weeks.
Alright, so Darius,
So
what you been up to?
you follow them back?
May as well. I mean,
Okay. So as you're walking back,
Oh, by the way, I look kind of like him. So
yeah, you don't recognize that he's talking to you, but it sounds, you know what Dakin sounds like. He has a very, very, very strange accent. We'll have to have you work on that. He has a very strange accent, so it's easy to place him. But that's obviously Dakin, and his kind of baritone voice.
why the fuck are you hiding?
They know who I am. They can't come after me.
You don't sound like him. It's the shittiest guys. You might as well just be yourself, priest. Let's go back to the fucking inn. It's pissing, and he starts falling.
It drops after about an hour, anyways.
Well, you'll make it back to the end by the time it drops down.
Jared,
I don't.
steak.
Okay.
I'll sneak off.
Roll a stealth check. What's passive perception?
13.
Oh, my.
Passive perception?
13.
13?
I believe it's dirt, but let me look. Dirt.
17.
8 is dirt.
Yeah,
Two
2.
of -2.
You guys get back to the Ember Inn before you realize Cher wasn't like paddling behind you guys. So what do you do? Cher?
Go into the lovely tent.
Ben pick up?
Mm.
Okay. Same scene that that Gunner saw? Or that Gunner and Dakin saw?
I'll sit down at the table and just watch the man play with the cards. And be like,
You just walk right up to his table?
because I'll just look at it and see if that's it.
Yes. Looks over at you.
That's interesting.
Fans out the deck. Pick a card.
Pick just random red card. Or just a card.
That's your card?
Mhm.
Alright. Remember it. Put it back in. And put it back in anywhere you want. He looks away.
Okay.
Picks up the deck, shuffles it
Can
up.
I do a sleight of hand to make it go somewhere? To
What,
make
are
sure
you
it goes
trying
like-
not to put it back in the deck?
Yeah.
So you try to keep the card.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, roll a sleight of hand.
Nope. That's gonna be a 20.
20? Okay. He picks the deck back up and shovels it up, and so I have no idea what card that is, right? Yeah. And as he's shuffling the deck in front of you, you're staring down at what he's doing with his hands. You know, like, did you see that?
See that?
You look up into his eyes. He has the card in his mouth.
You thought you were slick.
Interesting.
Well, hold on. I'll give you another chance. Hold on a second. But let's see how you do it. He bends your card in half. Okay. Go. Cuts the deck. Go. Cut that deck and put that card anywhere you like.
Okay, no, I'll actually do it.
Well,
So
he's looking this time.
Yeah.
So I just put it in. Put it on. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can see the card, right? I mean, it's pretty easy to see. And yeah, it's pretty easy to see, right? And now the card on top is bent. Flip it over.
That's the
It's
heart
your
of the cards. It's cheating.
Don't do that.
Well, if I told you, it wouldn't be no fun no more, now would it?
I
Tell you,
like this trick.
tell your friends, I'll be back at the Welcome Member Inn tonight because looks like this place is dead.
Cheer.
Well, nice to meet you. Cheer.
Cheer.
Cheers for cheer.
Not her.
Takes your little hand and you're doing that. He just kind of shakes it.
Actually, hold on.
Well,
What's your name?
Oh, my name. They call me Wayne.
Wait,
He kind of pulls his hand away.
I walk with you.
I'll be headed that way later. You go on ahead.
I
Let 'em know
don't-
Wayne's coming.
I don't know how to get. Chirnu.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Chirnu to.
Oh. So am I. I mean,
Chir. I don't.
I'm sure you find a way. Walk out.
No, I'll sit there for a little bit, just watching him play with the cards.
He just plays with the cards. You see him. He has his hat turned up on the other side of the table, and it's a good 15, 20 feet away. Every once in a while, you see him flip a card. Not flick a card, but like pop it out of the deck, and it lands in the hat. You don't see him miss.
Try to memorize the face of the man at the bar.
Roll me a
This
perception
way.
check.
Yeah. That's a 13.
13. Okay. Man at the bar. He has a crown of white hair coming down off the back of his head. He's got that horseshoe, male pattern baldness, very shiny. He's wearing a plain white shirt that looks like it's seen better days. Somebody kill it. It's seen better
Just
days.
let it go.
He's wearing leather. He's wearing leather breeches that look like there's almost as many holes as there is materials left on them. He has no shoes, boots, or socks on. His feet are bare. And how long do you stay?
For a while.
How long is a while? An hour, half an hour, 15 minutes?
Hour.
Hour. In the hour, you don't see him take a drink, get his drink refilled. You don't see him move. You can barely see his chest moving from his breathing. That's the only movement he makes. What'd you roll again? 13? He doesn't blink either. Not once. So unless he blinks at the exact time that you blink while you're looking at him, you never see him blink.
Cheer think he's statue. I'll say that to Wayne as he's flipping cards and stuff.
Oh, he's ignoring you completely
Oh.
when you say that. Very obviously ignoring you too. Like when he oh, good shot. Maybe he just doesn't. The thing is though, you also never see him go and get the cards back.
They just are there in his
They're
hand.
just there in his hands. So after that, what do you do?
I will attempt to talk to the statue man.
What do you say at him?
Sir, are you okay?
No response.
And then kind of gently, kind of like,
You hear a. You look over and you see the bugbear staring daggers at you.
is okay. Not moving.
He doesn't say anything, just stares back at you.
Cheers, go now.
And he just follows you as you walk out.
And I'll go back to the...
As soon as you're out in an eye shot, he turns back and starts cleaning a mug with a rag that's probably dirtier than the mug itself. So that took a while. So in that time, when you arrive at the Ember Inn, along with the others, you see One Eye is there. He's got a nice steaming hot bowl of what looks probably like chili sitting in front of him. Big hunk of cornbread that he's just going to town on. Cup of that cider that he's slowly sipping at. Same thing as you. You eating as well?
Yeah.
What about you? Well, he's using a spoon and being she's just literally or staying her face in the bowl.
Yeah, that's more likely.
I'll drop the disguise as soon as we're getting close.
Okay. You guys will see the three of them walk in. Very obviously, Cheer is not with them.
I know she's little, but how could you lose her?
What are you talking about?
The little one.
Oh, where'd she go?
That's about the time you guys notice she's not there.
Well,
Boy, you mistake me for somebody who gives a runny shit about that.
yeah, you would not care.
Who's playing cards?
Why should we?
It's pretty dead. There's a lot of people enjoying. There's a couple of people playing a game that there's maybe 5 notes worth of chips on the entire table.
Yay, money at the table.
Well, grab a quick bite and then a drink, and then I know where Dillian is.
Alright.
Quietly, so that other people don't hear.
Okay.
So, who?
You weren't there with the sheriff. We're the one we are looking for.
Alright, who is this? You're gonna have to explain this. I'm not.
Some bitch.
So the sheriff has asked us to go find the Heartless brothers for him.
Go to roll me a perception check real quick.
What's that?
That was a 4+.
Percent. This is a 7.
Okay. Okay.
Anybody else or just him?
No, just him.
You know what? I don't think he deputized you.
He didn't deputize any of you.
Well, yeah, technically he didn't deputize any of us, but wait, hold on. Who are you again? I just know that you're one of their friends.
Name's Dakin.
That's right. She keeps. My compatriot just keeps calling you Bacon, and I can't seem to find her now. That's rather
What's
aggravating.
the sarcastic one's name again?
Oh, let me pull her up real quick. The sarcastic one is Nat. You actually do not see Nat. The only ones who are here are Tomlin and Norris.
So the sheriff is looking for the brothers, dead or alive.
What'd they do? I'm new in town.
Well,
They know things.
yeah, they know things. Not exactly sure what they have done, but I like to be on the law's good side around here. It's usually best for us all, especially if things go sideways.
Alright.
But yeah, that's what we were doing when you arrived in the unfortunate scene with the death of that man.
Had his hair lifted like it was a Wilderman.
Yes,
Unfortunate.
unfortunate, very unfortunate.
Kid, sound like that puts me to hunger. Bring me a plate.
Oh, well, right now we got some steaming hot chili if you like some. If not, we can, we got a couple of steaks left if you want us to grill up one of those.
How good is that chili?
Pretty good, and it's free with the room. Steak costs money.
Free sounds delicious.
It's the best tasting. He loads you up an extra large portion for you. Really sizable, gives you 3 hunks of cornbread that he just kind of tears off of a couple of large loaves, hands it over. It's quite good, actually. Hearty, warm, sticks to your ribs. I mean, especially in the rain, I mean, it's perfect food for that.
Dakin. I apologize. She says things and they get stuck in my head. Where did you last see Jer, the short one?
The short one, the squatters,
Plot.
Well, yes, that was where you guys were going, but
that's where I last saw her.
Where? In there.
We're outside.
Her and Snowflake walked down the street. Snowflake turned around and walked with us. I didn't see a midget.
It's cornbread falling out of his mouth.
I assume by snowflake you mean him.
Sure as hell ain't you, Blueberry.
Oh my god.
True.
How have you
So
not been
lucky I'm
shot
not
to death
there.
yet?
I shoot people first, dumbass.
We're gonna have to work on those men.
Fine. When
You're so good.
when you're done eating,
Barely. It's going.
Do you remember? Wait, were you with us when he made the scene?
Yes.
Perhaps maybe that's what Chair would be. If you could fetch her and tell her to meet us up there at the that ridge by where the tents go up.
So what?
Blueberry ain't too smart. Dogs fetch, not cats.
I did not understand what you said. Your mouth is full.
Very full.
I said Blueberry's stupid because dogs fetch, not cats. That's a cat.
Don't mind him. Even if you don't tell her, just leave her that way.
Interesting collective of friends we got here.
You won't quite make it to Squatter's Plot when you'll see Cheer coming back towards the Ember Inn.
Oh no.
I trust the cat more than I trust you
So
because
you're
you
just going to walk
apparently
around Squatter's
lost.
Plot? Okay, sorry. So you'll get into Squatter's Plot. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Wow. That is terrible. That's a 7.
So it takes you a little over an hour to finally spot Cheer in between a couple of, walking past a couple of tents and catch up with her. So it'll take some time to do that. In that amount of time, while that's happening with these two, what are the four of you doing?
I'll order a bowl of chili.
Change smoking.
Did you eat or no?
Not right now. Change
Okay.
smoking.
That'll
Finishing
kill you.
food
you
and
know
then
that.
rounding them
Huh?
up.
A habit will kill you.
I told you to shut the fuck up about my habits.
I'm telling you.
Hey,
I don't talk about your medallion or whatever the fuck it is, or your weird chanting and shit. Just you do your thing to put yourself at peace. I'll do mine.
By the way, this constitutes as a short rest, so anybody that wants to use
Hit dice.
hit dice,
Mhm.
can
I'm
go
gonna
ahead and do
use
it.
all none of them that I need to use.
Listen, I know mine doesn't. I know it's
Let's see if
Do
that's
that
a short
again.
rest.
Nice. Marcus, not much off.
so anyway, I was a little drunk, but this northern son of a bitch came down. I split him a nice second smile with my Tethys toothpick. Then I threw his head at his buddy, knocked that fucker out.
When was this?
I don't know, somewhere around the hill.
Not where. When?
Somewhere about the hill.
And I'm called the dumb one.
You just gotta speak up, Colin. You just gotta speak up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair.
For a character who doesn't do much
Yeah.
speaking.
He doesn't do much
When I
speaking.
speak, it must,
more.
Yeah, she's
must-
quiet,
I must
but you can't
emote
be.
more.
Yes.
Emphasis.
Yeah, she's quiet, you
Yeah.
can't be. Yeah.
Alright, so what brings y'all over here? Into town.
The same thing everyone else does. They want some of that silver.
Well, I ain't exactly here for that.
That mean I got
Good
your
point.
share? I like that idea. You're not so bad for a prissy little shit.
Little, I'm taller than you.
No, you ain't. I'm taller than you.
No, it's the hair, that's what.
Not my fault you're balder than
I'm not bald.
I'll shave you if you want. Then you'll be bald and we don't have to worry about the hair.
No.
You know, you're a nice person, Erroll, but I never quite trust someone I can't bribe.
Wait, doesn't that mean that you should trust them even more? Can't bribe them?
You always trust a dishonest man to be dishonest.
Honestly.
Not quite in my line of business, but I'm sure you still have use.
I don't like that kind of talk. Prefer to keep everything honest.
Oh, no, I'm very honest.
I can get behind that. Somebody gives me money, I shoot someone. That's pretty honest. Sometimes I cut them a new smile.
Bit unnecessary.
Why? That's what people give me money to do.
Very rough bunch of individuals here.
Without money, I don't sleep in a feather bed. Then I get grumpy.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm in these dirty clothes.
You got a tobacco stain right down the middle.
Oh yes. Thank you for reminding me.
Ooh, I can give you a matching one you want.
No.
You sure?
Positive.
How about chili?
No. You seem like you're enjoying that more than my shirt anyway.
I'm just saying, this chili's good, but he gave me a lot of it. I'll spare a little.
No, that's quite alright.
Oh, yeah, talky one. I'm gonna be in the mood to fight later, so I need that nasty whiskey. Not nothing good that's gonna make me happy.
You see Tomlin just kind of like going, "Oh, you mean me? Oh, sure." He pours you a small glass up. Go roll me an insight check.
6.
You're too busy with your food. He sets it down in front of you. It's bad whiskey.
Does he put the bottle anywhere within reach?
No. He pours a cup and hands it to you. He goes back, puts it on the bar, goes back around. His Norris, the big one, his dad. He's busying himself behind there, barely paying attention to anything that's happening. Besides you all, there's maybe another half dozen people in this place. They said some of them are playing poker just kind of slowly. They're mainly just talking more than anything. They're not really playing any kind of serious. The piano player is here, but he seems to be just having a chat, sitting at the table with them. You do not see Kat and you do not see Tilsa anywhere here.
I thought it was an
I'm just waiting until they're ready to go.
Nat.
It's Nat. Yeah, Nat and Tilsa. What did I say?
Cat.
Kat. Sorry. Nat and Tilsa.
Cat.
Nat.
Dakin, I would like you to make me another perception check, please.
10.
10?
My passive is better than that. It's a 13.
You catch, like they're having a little conversation, but it takes a few times, but before it finally clicks on you. Are you eating, by the way, or no?
Yeah.
Okay. They will charge you. Okay. For just a cup of chili, it's a piece of silver pence. They'll give you a bowl of chili and some cornbread, a portion like him, and they give you a big mug of that water. It's still the same thing. It is cold.
Water. It's amazing.
Whiskey's better.
I like to keep my head clear sometimes.
But you hear in the conversation that they're having mentioned a few times the name Marigold.
The owners and everything.
No. The owner, they're not really talking. It's just at that table, that like kind of leisurely game going on. Piano player from the previous night that you didn't see is there, and about 5 other people that are just having a little conversation, and they're playing cards, but one hand probably takes them 20 minutes to play through,
I'll pull one of the people. If I saw anyone from yesterday, I'm gonna kind of
you mean the servers?
Yeah.
You recognize the talkative guy. He put some whiskey, and he's the one who puts your water and food in front of you.
That's it. What do you know about this Marigold lady?
He just kind of stops for a minute. And, who's asking?
I am.
Well, that's all well and good, but I don't know you.
I'm the one who brought her here last night.
Oh, I didn't see that happen.
Just wondering. It seems she's a...
So who are you?
Oh, my name's Dakin.
Dakin Tomlin,
Oh,
son of the owner of this establishment.
oh, nice to meet you. Pleasure.
Now, what is your curiosity with Miss Marigold?
Oh, seems like she seems to be a very important figure around here.
Well, I would say so.
Why would that be?
How long you been in town?
I just came in here yesterday. With the Church of the Morning Light.
Well, her name is Marigold Creel.
Oh, so then that family, okay.
I'd be careful. You hear a grunt from Norris as he's turning around and looking like laser beams in the back of his son's head. Turns around, sees him, just, yeah, turns around and walks away. He looks from the back of it, from his son to you for a moment. And gives gives you no reaction, turns back around and continues. Looks like he's doing prep work for dinner.
So, we about ready to go do some investigating?
Investigation, or, just a snatch and grab. I'm not very good at
Whoa,
those.
whoa. I do not engage in illegal fights.
You just see Darius like lift his eyebrow
In a lower
once
voice.
again at him.
You don't have to be so loud about
What
that.
would you expecting us to do with him?
I'll go insult him, then it'll be a legal fight.
Okay, you do that.
Alright, lead away, little man.
All right.
Everybody follow Blueberry.
Not so loud. I don't know what's happening here, but
We're following Blueberry. Bring your chili.
Fien and by the way, this has taken quite a while. Like it probably took you guys about 20 minutes to get your chili, stuff like that. Take your time to eat. Like, you guys are taking your time, basically. Okay. Fien and Cheer, I'd like you guys to make perception checks, please.
Yeah. It is. Yeah, it's a 6.
16.
Plus
16.
makes it an 11.
Okay. As you guys are walking, and 6 or 11, 11 and a 16. Still good enough that you can see. As you guys are just kind of milling about and moving through, once you catch up with her, you all see what looks to be a group of about 9 people that all seem to be collected up and are moving south out of, southwest out of Squatter's Plot.
What's southwest out of Squatter's Plot? Isn't that just open desert?
No, that's headed towards the main outer road of the town.
Yeah.
Clever trap work.
Out of town?
Funny.
No, it's technically Squatter's Plot is outside of town, technically, but it's gotten so big it's encroached into town. So you guys are around like the middle of Squatter's Plot.
So
They're headed southwest, which would be where that outer thoroughfare. Like I said, the main road in there is
I got the idea
like
now.
a line and then a box.
I was trying to picture it.
Yeah,
It's the main road.
yeah. So they're headed towards the outer main road.
Follow.
Okay, so I would like you both to go ahead
Wait,
and
was I
roll
aware of
me
this trap?
stealth checks, and go ahead and roll them with advantage because of the rain.
advantage. That is pretty good.
28. It's an 18.
Natural 20. So
That would be a 23.
23 and
18.
18. So the two of you, as you guys are moving through, these guys hit the south road. They start heading south. As they get further down, they begin to head east. How close do you guys get?
Well, close enough to keep them in view, I suppose.
Just view? Or are you trying to get close enough? Because it seems like there is like you can hear murmurs of conversation going. So you guys
Try
attempt to
get
get closer?
close enough to at least kind of hear.
Okay, I'd like you both to go ahead. I'd like you both to go and roll me another stealth check to try to get closer without being seen, with advantage still.
Yep.
That's even better.
Better. 19.
That is.
Still good enough.
Yeah, that's just
19.
19. Yeah.
So 19 and 19. You guys can get close enough. I'd like you both to make perception checks, not with advantage.
Because of the rain.
You guys can get close enough with the 19s that you don't have disadvantage to hear.
17.
9.
Okay. You hear them mention a name that you don't know. The name is Reuben. And you also hear them mention the name Wolvereth, and they mention the sheriff's office several times. And it seems like that is their destination. Now they're moving fairly slow because there's a lot of them, and it's raining. And you guys can see with those perception checks,
What spells
a lot of people are doing the very cliche as they see this group of people come by. It's like if they're sitting on their porch, They stand up and walk inside, close the door.
How far away was the sheriff's office from the Ember Inn?
From the Ember Inn, it's on the same road as the Ember Inn, on the opposite side of town.
Are they going to pass the Ember Inn?
No. They're going the opposite way. Amber Inn is on the north side of town. They're going along the south path.
Am I gonna pass them on the way to Squatter's Plot?
Not unless you go like the stupid way. I mean, Squatter's Plot, you go straight east.
As we're nearing, I guess, towards Squatter's Plot, I'm going to cast this guy.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Before that happens, like at this point, you guys are collecting yourselves up to walk out.
All right.
So, what do the two of you do?
Jill can hear. Jill can't hear.
Yeah.
Don't
Sheriff.
actually whisper so people can hear.
Okay, so Jill can't hear.
Sheriff's office. They're going.
We need to go
So what do you do?
follow.
Hmm.
How many people was that going?
You count 9.
9. We might be able to take down 2 if we have to. Cheer. Need to get Cal and others.
I'm just gonna have to snap.
Cal, Fanny, can you talk to them? Like Cal does.
Eh?
Do you know Cal does the talks in head. You hear Cal, it's annoying. She'll get aggravated, but can you do that? Can Fanny do that? Fanny can talk in head.
They're getting. At this point, they've rounded the corner.
Okay.
Moving up to the
Keep
corner.
going, yeah.
So you guys continue to follow. Okay.
I'm gonna.
Fanny,
How big is
go
that?
get Cal and others.
Nah,
Do you have
begin. Hold on
feeling
one second.
they're going to
20
break
foot
out
box.
idiot?
Concentration. Saving throw or be restrained. Entangling roots.
Okay.
I'm gonna do my best to catch only them.
You won't be able to catch all of them in a 20-foot box.
I'll put it in front of them
So just right in front of them. So trying to catch the people in the front.
then. The bulk of them at the front, and then the rest would have to walk through it.
Okay. The road is about 30 feet wide, though, between building to building.
I'm sure they can go around it. It's only a 20-foot box. No, actually, it would block the whole thing. It's a 2-foot box.
Says
20 foot is literally a 20-foot box, 20 foot by 20 feet.
5 feet on the
Yeah.
other side. They're clear.
But
But
it
they're probably
is,
in the middle.
it's muddy and it's getting dark and it's raining, so they might not be able to see it, right?
I'm gonna
No,
catch
that's
them.
it. It's going to be very like that. Entangling roots is very obvious.
Trees. There's not even trees here.
Yeah, right. The roots are coming out of nowhere.
Can you do it right on them?
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's right on them?
Going
okay.
nowhere.
Right
And
on them.
then I'm just gonna remain around the corner.
Okay, so entangle, right?
Yeah, entangle.
Okay.
Hentai crops are growing well this year.
Right?
So anyway, we burned that camp. They must have been Ascani.
Okay, so how many people are you trying to get to try to restrain?
As many as I can. I am aiming towards the front. I do want to get actually try to entangle as many as possible.
With a 20-foot box, you can catch probably 4 of them.
Yeah, 4 or 5.
Well, let me see.
It really depends on how
5.
they're arrayed. So.
So yeah, with the way they're arranged, do you think you can catch 5?
Yeah.
Okay. So you cast a spell. Okay.
From around the corner.
Okay. You see her stand up, and she reaches her clawed hands out and points at the area in front of them, and you see green energy just cascade from her eyes, out of her chest, through her arms, and out of her hands, but it seems to dissipate into nothing. And suddenly, thousands of vines begin to spiral out of the ground, running around and entangling everything in the area. You see 5 of them immediately caught up in it. I'm going to roll 5 saving throws.
It is DC 13.
Okay.
Best thing
Strength
to do
save.
at this.
Okay. Those 4. And
Better than anything I got.
Yeah, well, it's the best that we can.
Okay, and a strength saving throw. Okay, 3 of them immediately are just wrapped up completely. The one at the very front, seeing as soon as he sees it, you see him just jump away from it, landing outside of the area. The other one just caught on the edge of it, and one of the entangling vines hits him and knocks him out of it, so it doesn't wrap around him. They suddenly stop and they begin yelling and screaming. The others that weren't caught immediately begin to pull weapons. I would like you both to roll me stealth checks again, please.
Yarg.
No longer advantage.
Yarg.
Yeah, roll low, baby. They're gonna see me.
Why are you
That
attacking them when we're
is
not there?
Yeah. Must be a distraction.
17.
Okay,
I'm gonna
so
get real.
you are standing next to a building, trying to get as much cover as you can when you have to step out to see the best possible angle to catch as many as you can. And as soon as that happens, as you're moving back into your cover, one of them makes direct eye contact with you as he's pulling out what looks kind of hard to tell what it is, but it is fairly bulky. As soon as he sees that, he yells out, "Ambush!" and begins shooting in your direction. So his first shot, you're going to have cover, so add 4 to your AC.
Okay, so 16.
That is a 15.
That is a miss.
It hits the building right next to you and thuds into the wall. Others then begin to take aim and start firing in your direction. Now, at this point, what are the 2 of you doing?
Well, I'm gonna maintain what concentration I can on it and head around the other side of the building.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
While casting magic stone, I might as well be able to defend myself. I don't
Okay.
have to concentrate on magic stone, so that was good.
No, you don't. It just lasts for, what, an hour, I think, right?
1 minute,
Or 1
3
minute, yeah.
stones.
Okay. So you cast that as you're moving around the building, and what are you doing?
Moving around the building, drawing a weapon,
Are you just hiding back there, or?
Taking a moment to hide.
Okay.
and then no.
So where you guys currently are, you're at 4 rows of block housing. You guys are at the far end. There seems to be quite a bit of detritus around it, especially with the rain and the mud and everything. Seems to be washing away a lot of the area. There's a couple of wagons on this side that probably had some kind of mercantile equipment in it at some point, but has been removed. As soon as those gunshots go off, you hear cries go from inside the building next to you. Right, cries of surprise. So you guys are around that. There's pretty much an open field behind you guys. You are almost abutting the very large hill at the center of the town with the 3 trees. So 3 tree hill.
Yeah. I'll go and take the standard action and I'll turn into a smaller cat.
Okay, so you go with like a house cat size?
Yeah.
Okay, so suddenly, Cheer, there's a very wet house cat standing next to you.
It's a ginger cat.
Fanny!
It looks up at you.
Let's go, Fanny, let's go!
Well, now she's a cat, so she's not quite as fast as you.
I pick up Fanny.
Actually, the funny thing is I'm probably
It's like-
about as fast as she is.
No,
Probably.
holding her.
The problem is the mud is so thick. That's what would slow you down.
So I'm holding her
with
like this
yeah,
and
with that
running
she's
like this.
so she's holding you and she's running as fast as she can like that. I need perception checks from both
So
of
I'm
you.
running around towards the sheriff's office on the outside.
Yeah, well, that's...
So you guys are still making
alright.
your way to the
I'm
sheriff's
going to
office.
try 11.
Well, are you going to go around the hill in order to reach it? Because that's going the very long way around.
Can we go?
Behind the
If you
buildings on
skirt
the
the
street.
southern edge of the hill, you'll still anybody will be able to see you.
Mine's an 11 perception.
And yours?
Mine's a 12.
12. You guys hear yelling and screaming and people running up to that area.
It lasts for up to a minute.
Yeah, you can. After about a minute, you feel your spell dissipate, and you hear more movement as they begin to fan out. So they are actively looking for you.
Any of us hear gunshots?
Yeah.
Sure. Each of you roll a perception check with disadvantage.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, that's
Ah, you rolled a 20! Awesome!
18.
14.
15.
I'll let her know.
Perception. 14.
No, none of you hear anything.
Ah!
Dang.
So,
So screwed.
what are the two of you doing at this point? So,
I'm
where
okay.
where are you running, holding the cat? Where are you going?
Trying to make it as
Throw the
close
cat.
to cover. I'm not throwing the cat.
They always
To
run
cover
on
as
their feet.
we can and to get towards the
Okay,
sheriff's
so you
office
can-
to
you
warn
can-
them of this.
Okay, so you can. Okay. So are you running straight to the sheriff's office to do that? Because you have no cover if you're running straight to the sheriff's office. Like literally, there is no cover.
We can get there. I don't know. If
No, there's no cover
There's no cover
from
at
where
all.
you're at here to
Can
the
I see on
sheriff's
the map,
office.
please?
No,
Damn you.
there is a giant hill in front of you. Okay.
Okay.
You hear people are coming. They are searching for you. There is a row of 4 houses that you're at. You're at the far end. Okay. There is a small shed about 150 feet away from you in front. A small shed. There's the giant hill next to it. To the left of you, it is clear straight through to the sheriff's office. If you go straight to the sheriff's office, you will have no cover if they come around that corner and start shooting at you.
Can we get to the shed with some cover?
You can run to the shed that is running to the north away from the sheriff's office. But you could probably get there, and if you do decently enough with stealth, you may be able to get there before anybody sees you.
Yeah.
But it's 150 feet away.
And the hill would be easier for us to hide.
The hill has plenty of brush on it.
Go to
You
the
can
hill.
try to ascend the hill,
Yeah.
but that, again, it's taking you away.
Yeah, I understand.
But you have to decide, what are you attempting to do?
Let's go away from it, just to hide a bit.
Okay, so where is your destination?
The
going?
hill.
So you're going to go, okay, you're going to the hill, and you're going to attempt to
Hide
lose
them.
them there.
Yeah.
So from the hill, where are you headed?
From the hill, if we are able to lose them, after hiding in some bushes or something, or some brush.
Okay, so, well, we're not going to go into
Yeah, no,
contingencies.
no.
Okay, so,
But, yes,
what
I'd
is
like
your
to hide.
destination after the
Hide
hill?
in the
You're trying to
brushes or
lose them in the hill, in the brush of the
Yes.
hill, okay? From there, what is your destination?
The sheriff's office afterwards, unless we can make it to the inn, whichever one is closer.
Well, the sheriff's office is closer to you right now.
Because that's where they're headed, is to the sheriff's office.
So
Although
it's
he
Yeah,
did
but we
say
don't
he
we
was-
don't have anyone there to. It would literally be us versus them. You know, 2 of us versus them.
He went to
3
the
if it's the sheriff.
Alright.
church, right?
sheriff's not there.
Where's the church?
You guys are, if you keep going past the row of 4 houses, you will get to the church.
Can we make it to the church then instead?
Well, they're right there.
Alright.
They're literally searching that area for you.
So can we hide and then go to the church then? Which is where the sheriff said he was going to be anyways to see her about the body.
That's up to you. If you want
Yes.
to try to hide in the hill and wait for them to stop looking for you, and then go to the church when they pass. But at that point, they will be even closer to the sheriff's.
Yeah. What do you want to do?
I literally can't talk. I want to go back and get these guys. I was hoping the ruckus would get them. Sadly, it didn't. Well, it seems.
Well,
to
it
not.
definitely slowed them down.
Yeah.
No,
Like
you said
they're actively searching for you guys.
You meant the ruckus would.
Like,
Or-
rouse.
Okay.
I was hoping the ruckus would rouse people.
Oh, it roused people in this area. It just
It's raining.
they're on the north side of the city. Right? You guys heard where they were headed.
On
By
the
the time
south
you
side.
passed the watering hole, before you had taken the right down that lane. When you took the right down that lane is when you cast your spell, which took you about 500 yards further south away from the Ember Inn.
They can run it.
So what are you doing?
Go back to the end.
So I know you guys are
Then
headed
go
to.
back to the inn then.
Okay, so I'll need you guys real quick to roll me the stealth check to get to the hill.
Well, he's a cat.
I'm a cat.
Well,
The
yeah,
funny thing
you
is,
roll the
cats
stealth.
do not.
Yeah.
Cats don't have stealth.
They really don't.
But
Yeah.
they're a cat. They're not looking for a cat.
That's true.
Gonna be
But
a
they are looking
7.
for her, and she's
A
holding
7?
I'm a cat.
Okay.
I'm a kitty cat.
I mean, she's just holding a cat.
Okay.
guys are dicks.
So one of them,
They would totally shoot.
as you get into the brush and you start making your way up the hill, you hear a voice ring out behind you, and with your perception check, you hear the hill, they're on the hill, and you hear a gunshot go off.
That's a hill to die on.
Man.
Does a 19 hit?
Yes, it is.
Oh.
A bullet rips through just on the meat of your upper arm. You take 9 points of damage.
9 points?
Yes.
Okay.
And you can hear them as they're coming towards the hill.
Are you sure this is the hill you want to die on?
Do any of us hear
Okay.
that gunshot?
So I need an athletics check from you, Chair. And You're just staying in cat form at this point,
So
right?
far, I was
Okay.
about to go bigger cat form. Should have done that in the first place. I feel stupid now.
It's a
How many
4.
times per day?
Before?
It
It's
never increased.
pretty hard for you to get up this hill,
In the
and they're
town,
slowly
they
starting to
told
gain
me.
on you.
Sure.
By the time you get to the top of the hill,
Yeah.
a couple of these guys are already halfway up
Might go
behind
up by
you.
one.
Have you had a short rest?
Where are you headed?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll drop her.
Okay.
And just be like this. Just looking for cat. For cat.
Yeah, they saw you running up there after.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not. I mean, just
Well, now
from a
she-
logic point of view.
Yeah, I know. But
Now that
From a logical perspective, if you do that, they're gonna shoot
Yeah,
you in the
they're gonna
head.
shoot you.
now that I'm on the ground, I'll go into a larger cat form, which I should have done in the first place, and she's now wink getting her. Whether I grab her
Wink,
or it's
I don't
just
understand wink.
well, I'm gonna go under her legs and mount up and go.
You're.
Roll me an acrobatics check.
No, that's right. She is a small.
She's a small creature. I'm a medium creature.
that is gonna be an 8.
So you turn around, you throw your hands up in the air, going, "They're looking for a cat!" As you see a guy take aim and get ready to fire at you, when you suddenly get thrown off your feet. And by the time you realize what's going on, you're barely able to wrap your arms around her now very thick neck from her panther-like form. And where are you headed?
I'm heading straight for the end, full sprint.
Okay, so
As full of sprint as I can manage.
add cover to your AC because he is going to manage to get a shot off before you run away.
That's +2, right?
+4 for 3/4 cover, or +5 for 3/4 cover. Sorry, that is a natural 5, so that is a miss.
Yeah.
You still hear as you disappear. You can still hear them coming up after. I mean, in your cat form, you're not slowed down by the difficult terrain here. Where are you headed?
Straight for the end.
Okay. I would like another perception check for you guys as the the four of you, as you all collect up with, we'll say One Eye's going as well. You guys collect up out of the and are walking out of the end of this point, headed north and around to head towards Squatter's Plot.
Disadvantage or regular?
Regular.
17.
Now
17.
17, 17,
11.
19, 11. So the three of you hear audible gunshots from the south.
Someone started a party without me.
Let's go.
Why does this concern us?
Well, done, but I feel like shooting something.
And it's when you guys leave and are walking down the street is when you hear it. So the
I'm
first time
headed
you guys
towards
will
the
chill inside. So
Well,
you start heading. It's kind of vaguely south. You're not. It's still kind of far away, but
Yeah,
it's definitely southish.
I'm jogging towards it.
As straight as you can, or you head
Yeah,
down the street.
straight
Or,
as I
okay. So you're cutting through. Okay, so you head south and start cutting through.
And help the midget that gets in my way.
well, I guess that you need a witness to say that you weren't the one who started
Now
shooting.
follows
So
a big fucker.
Action. This guy's self. Kind of nondescript human. 6 foot tall.
Okay, 7 foot tall.
Nope, 6 foot tall.
Oh, you can do 1 foot bigger
I
or
can do
smaller.
3 feet.
Oh, that's right. You are a furball. That is correct. Okay, so you are a 6 foot tall human. Suddenly he shrinks and becomes a human.
Told you I was taller for years.
So you guys follow him where he's headed? Okay. As you guys are approaching, I would like the four of you to make me another perception check, please.
8.
Same roll. 17.
17.
So 16, 17, 17. So the and 8. So the three of you, as you guys are moving through, you see you make it onto the street, and there's a little there's a road that wraps around on the other side of this kind of plot here, where you have the watering hole and a few other buildings. As you start making your way through that plot, you see a panther with a very wet and bleeding gray-skinned gnome clinging onto his neck for dear life as it is sprinting relatively towards you. I mean, you can see them clear as day when you break out of the brush. How do you do?
Look, Blueberry, it does concern us.
surprise, surprise.
What's
Go back
happening
and
over
wait
here?
for him.
Why do you
So
have a
he
cat?
stops.
Yeah, I'm
Actually,
sprinting
no.
full on at him until I get to.
It takes you about 30 seconds, but you get up to him. Cat is breathing very heavily. You're not used to carrying even that much extra weight, which isn't a whole lot, maybe 50, 60 pounds.
Not even.
Drawing gun in.
With gear.
Oh yeah, with Gary. yeah.
You know, 50, 60 pounds, which still, you know, you can handle, but it is tiring doing that.
What did you
Drawing
do,
gun
Chair?
and dipping into the shadows.
She didn't do anything.
Okay.
Fanny attacked people.
18.
Okay, so you're just kind of concealing it?
Mm-hmm.
The cat attacked people.
Yes.
Ready to ambush,
Shooting.
essentially.
They're coming, going to sheriff's office.
I guess I'm coming out of panther form since she can't get to the root of the problem.
What's happened?
Going to free their friend.
A
Going to
jailbreak.
the sheriff's office.
Well, let's
I think it's still checked at this point, it's just me putting out a cigarette.
Are there still gunshots? Sounds like it's coming this way.
It was only the first volley of gunshots that you
that was
heard
very
as they went up and over. That was it.
Well, the sheriff's not there. The sheriff is at the church.
Sounds like our legal responsibility as law-abiding citizens to prevent a jailbreak.
All right, you go and start shooting people who are trying to do a jailbreak. I'm sure you'll enjoy that. I'm going to go get the sheriff.
You don't have the stones to fight, Blueberry?
Does it look like I fight very often?
Okay,
Hmm?
so you
That's
start
a no,
heading
by
towards
the
the
way.
church. Anybody else follow Kalis?
Nope.
I'm still in ambush position.
So the rest of you guys are considerably far away from the prison where you are now, or the sheriff's office where you are now. You're about 3 blocks away.
All cold, Snowflake.
What?
I'm just gonna take off running towards the
That's
sheriff.
funny. What is he calling this one? Oh, it's the hair, isn't it?
He flips him off before fucking taking off after Mongoloid.
This is a very bunch of easily offended people. Why did you bring
I'm
me here?
so sorry people missed the first half of this because there was so many laughs and so many jokes in the beginning.
Oh, man.
That's so sad. I was laughing my ass off the whole time.
Just because he's chaotic good doesn't mean that
with
he's nice.
you all, now one of you headed towards the sheriff's. You head with him?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so you're going to move at her speed because she is very slow.
Unless you're picking me up.
He can't carry you.
Oh, so then never mind.
You're stronger than I am.
Here, I'll follow you, and I pick her up.
So the 3 of you go that way?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
And the 4 of
I'm
you
under the clock.
start heading towards the sheriff's office.
Yeah.
And that's where we're going to go ahead and call it for tonight.
All right.
Oh, come
with
Yeah.
half of you going to rouse the sheriff and the other half of you going towards the
Why can't
sheriff's
you make
office
good
to
decisions?
see what's going on. So we're going to go ahead and call it there. Thank you all very much for joining us. We're very sorry about technical issues. We got a brand new system over here. 4th camera, better cameras for me, so I'm not quite as shiny and you can actually see my facial features. So fairly sizable hiccup, but we will get a recap going. I'll try to do a play-by-play so that way you guys can at least get an idea of what happened. Probably 5-10 minute video that I'll do to get everybody up to speed. But we hope to see you all next week, next Wednesday, same bat time, same bat channel. Hope to have all the poems. We're going to try to make sure, even if we have to have somebody listening right as we get going, we're going to try to have a better start next time. Hard to do this without a producer sometimes. We're trying to do our best. So thank you guys very much for bearing with us. We love you all very, very much. Thank you once again to Game Vault and to Miller Gamer Supply, David's Towels and Terrain. Thank you all very, very much. Remember, keep rolling them dice. Good night, everybody.